Women are more miserable and lonelier than ever before. Today's video comes from the Yellow Flash. His channel will be linked in the description of the video so that you can go check him out and support him. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the reasons why women are more miserable and lonelier than ever before and how that's going to affect women and society going forward. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble. You never really know what can happen on this platform, so go ahead and follow us on Rumble. Our Rumble is linked in the description of the video. And now let's just go ahead and jump into the video after a message from Angry's Crypto Academy. Guys, you know that hard times are here. They've arrived. The ATMs will stop working. Banks will chain the doors. Protect your wealth and safeguard your future with crypto. Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. We'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. Don't miss out. The Academy is linked in the description of the video. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. You know, the one day of the year that you actually show somebody some love. You can go all the rest of the year and never show, but just this one day, you need to make them feel special. That's what it feels like. It's like, well, so you don't acknowledge them throughout the year? But anyway, for those of you that make it special, I hope it's a good one. This is one of the first times that I haven't seen a lot of mainstream articles attacking Valentine's Day. Just like with Christmas, didn't see a lot of that last year. Seems like people left it alone. But this year, Valentine's Day is here, and not a lot of attacks on Valentine's Day. So it does kind of feel like we're walking back to normalcy. But I thought this would be a fun video to do for the holiday. From the New York Post, confirming what many of us already kind of knew, liberal women are far more likely to feel lonely often. Poll shows. And this guy breaks it down. He's a sociologist. So it's a soft science, but take it for what it is. We're just going to go over it. I don't think anything is absolute, but stereotypes exist for a reason. And as much as you want to brush them off, there usually is that kernel of truth there. And, I mean, you see it online. A lot of these, especially woke white women, they all have the septum rings and weird bang haircuts, half of their head shaved or something. They all seem like they're kind of miserable. And that's been the common theme for years now. These women feel like they're always telling you how happy they are with their wine and their cats and their girlfriends. But it looks like they actually feel kind of lonely. Yet you're never going to be able to substitute a man for your girlfriends because, I mean, women, let's be real, kind of hate each other. At least they're always stabbing each other in the back. That's what I've noticed for a long time. Always judging each other, always hating on each other. Say what you want, but I'm just telling you what I've seen through my own experiences, which, you know, are limited to what I've experienced in life, but I ain't the only one saying this shit. So let's take a look at this because I think there's some interesting stuff in here. Liberal women are the least likely to report being fully satisfied with their lives and are far more likely to report feeling lonely, often according to an analysis from a recently published poll. The 2024 American Family Survey reportedly found that 37% of conservative women and 28% of moderate women, that's important, just moderate, between the ages of 18 and 40, reported being completely satisfied with their lives, but just 12% of liberal women in the same age group said the same. That's crazy. So even moderate, it's not just conservative women, let's be real. There's a large portion of moderate women, but it seems that the women that drank that Kool-Aid, they are not happy. You've got some in there, 12%, sure.
Now, something very interesting regarding this article, it was the 2024 American Family Survey reportedly found that 37% of conservative women and 28% of moderate women between the ages of 18 and 40 reported being completely satisfied with their lives. This is where things get very, very strange. Notice that it was only 37% of conservative women. This is the reason why often say that even though you'll hear that she's a conservative woman, she identifies as a conservative woman, you go to her Instagram and it's all bikini pics. You know, a lot of conservative women, they're just cosplaying. They have many of the same feminist ideals as their liberal counterparts, but they don't admit to it. They're just a different shade of purple, or it's a lot of it is just one big fallacy. The one thing that we can see very clearly is that 12%, only 12% of liberal women, you can almost round that down to 10%, okay? But almost 90% of liberal women are miserable in their lives. 90%, y'all. So that means that, and keep in mind, most women in Western society today identify as liberal. While Gen Z men are becoming more conservative, Gen Z women are becoming more liberal. In fact, Gen Z women are more liberal than every previous generation before them, which also means that Gen Z women are also more miserable than every previous generation before them. We know this as a fact because Gen Z women and younger millennial women have the lowest quality of life and the lowest life expectancy compared to women from 100 years ago. So a woman who was born 100 years ago had a significantly better quality of life and a longer life expectancy than a woman who was born to the younger millennial generation and Gen Z. In fact, young women, so millennial women right now are passing away right now, and a lot of them in their early 30s. This is statistical. And no one really knows why this is happening. A lot of them are passing away. It's a strange reality. I've talked about this in another video. And a lot of it has to do with the quality of life. The fact that the family no longer exists. Look at Gen Zers. They look so damn old. Why do they look so old? Because they're not eating well, because they are covered in makeup. Makeup destroys the skin. And a lot of young women don't understand that the purpose of wearing makeup is not to make you look like a different person. It's to just bring out what's already there. But if you put on makeup and you look like it transforms you into a completely different person, there are consequences to that because eventually you will no longer be able to live without it. And your natural beauty, if you are naturally beautiful, your natural gifts that God gave to you, they are going to fade away. This is the reason why you have some young women. It's less common today, but this is the reason why you'll have somewhat young women who are like in their teens and they don't need makeup, and yet you're like, wow, they look adorable because their skin is vibrant. Yeah, but makeup destroys all of that. It takes all of that away. It takes away the color from one's face. It makes them rapidly age. If you look at Millie Bobby Brown, she's only like what 20, 21 years old now. And a lot of people were commenting on how old she looks suddenly. And it's not a criticism from me, but she just like suddenly aged rapidly. And it has to do a lot with the makeup and the lifestyle that people are living. If someone told you that she was 30 years old, no one would question it. If someone did not know who she was and they said, oh, this woman, she's 30 years old, no one would question it. If they said she was 32, someone might say, oh, she doesn't look bad for her age. If someone told you she was 21, what? It's unbelievable. Like I see videos now of like millennials like posting videos. They're like losing our teenage features, and these people are like 32, 33 years old. And then you look at Gen Zers who are like 20 and 21, and it's like, or even in their teen years, and they don't look like teenagers, like losing our teen features. Bro, how old are you? I'm 17 going on 18. 17, 17 going on 18. Like, bro, you look a good 20. You look a hard 24. A hard 24. And that's a compliment. That's a compliment because there's a lot of them who look even older than you. So that's a compliment. My gosh. I tell you, I always say it when it comes to Gen Z that God has given them over to their sins. And We are 100%, they're 100% going, they're cooked. They are absolutely cooked. They're going to face extremely hard economic times. That's why I keep on telling you guys, invest in crypto, because the financial system is teetering on the edge. ATMs could freeze and the banks might shut their doors. Your wealth is in jeopardy. And you can discover how to safeguard your assets with crypto. At Angry's Crypto Academy, you'll learn how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in the most secure coins. Plus, discover the dark horse crypto that virtually no one is talking about, which will mint you millionaires in the upcoming bull run. Click the link in the description below to find out which crypto it is and join the academy today. I mean, guys, modern society is absolutely cooked. Gen Z is absolutely cooked. And if you don't want to end up in a TTC, Tyrone 10 City, you need to get your business in order. Modern women were not designed to live without a man. And so many of these modern women, they are going to find themselves in extraordinary states of poverty and destitution and hardship because the economy can no longer support people anymore, especially with AI and AI agents replace taking all of those jobs. Men will find a way to survive because we have to. All right. Men will find a way to succeed because if they don't succeed, they don't survive. Women, on the other hand, they're going to experience something they've never experienced before, which is accountability, where no one's coming to save them, no one's going to bail them out. They're going to find themselves in a situation where they're going to have to figure it out for themselves, and they're not going to be able to do that. And as a result, they're going to find themselves in extraordinary states of poverty, destitution, having to live in their cars, having to live in shelters, having to live on the streets. Well, not really the streets, because Trump has already said that homelessness is coming to an end. And so basically TTCs, Tyrone 10 cities, having to live in the woods and share a meal with Yogi and Boo Boo. And let's just say Yogi and Boo Boo are going to be munching on more than picnic baskets, but that's a whole other story right there. It's a whole other story.
But that's not a large that's not a large number of women. So this is wild to me. I mean, it's not shocking, but I'm not surprised, because what happens with a lot of these women? They embrace a lot of these feminist values, a lot of this social justice shit. And I've always said that it seems like, especially if you're white, it's almost like, to really embrace those values, you have to hate yourself. That's the running theme of a lot of, like, not classical liberals. I'm talking about the modern liberal. It seems like, especially if you're like a white dude, you're supposed to hate yourself because of white privilege. You're supposed to go out of your way to kind of remove yourself from things and to prop up, whoever, whatever from certain groups over yourself. And you're supposed to kind of live a miserable life where you whip yourself for the sins of your past and your ancestors. And it's just like, I just don't want anything to do. It sounds like a miserable existence. I'm good. But a lot of these women, they take it serious, and then they grow with nobody. They don't have any families. Like, there's going to be a big problem, I think, in the future, not just with women, just people that don't have families. Like, who's going to take care of them when they get old? I think we're going to have kind of a crisis, but we'll see what happens. Maybe there's still time. There's still time for them to have some families, so we'll see.
There's no more time. A lot of women are out of time. A lot of Gen X women who, they took the woke pill and they decided they were going to be single and not have children, or many of them are, there's no time for them. A lot of millennial women who drank the Kool-Aid, they're like 35 years old. That's a geriatric pregnancy. Most men are not looking for a woman in her 30s. Most men are not looking for a woman who is going to compete with them. Most men want a woman who is fit, feminine, and friendly. Also, Western society is extremely toxic. 90% of men are no longer marrying, dating, or having relationships. Okay, so women don't even understand, while they can find almost an unlimited number of men to be physically intimate with, the number of men that are actually willing to become partners, to become fathers, to settle down, those men are going overseas. All right, they will never have access to those men again. And you have to understand, men don't want a woman with masculine energy. Men want a woman who is fit, feminine, and friendly. So they'll go overseas and get someone overseas. And a lot of men are lazy. They're not even going to be bothered with going overseas. They're more happy. They're more than happy to stay home, play video games, and watch and develop a relationship with their favorite waifu and their favorite visual novel or whatever. All right, or RPG or whatever the hell they're into, or anime or manga. But again, they're not, most men are completely disengaged when it comes to women today in Western society. they're over it. They're over relationships, they're over dating. They are absolutely done, and they're moving on with their lives, and women don't comprehend this because they feel like men are kind of like a resource that will always be there. It's like a resource that will never run dry, and they can just basically go and grab one when they need it. You know, it's like women don't understand that this time that the next time when I shouldn't even say the next time because we're in hard economic times right now. But when everyone realizes, hell, yeah, we're in a terrible crisis right now, and the floor is falling out, women are going to whisper, women are going to scream, "Men, help!" And men are going to whisper, "No." And women don't comprehend just how bad things are for them right now, and the terrible situation that they've put themselves into. They don't get it, you know? It's sad, but this is they did it to themselves. And this is why women are more miserable and lonelier than ever before. What do you think regarding all of this, guys? Do you agree that women are going to be facing harsh economic times and men are not going to come to the rescue this time? Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.